Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. We're your host, Lex and Dom. And today we have a special guest. Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you. My name is Ketohn. I am a business elevation specialist and a business promotion specialist, and I'm happy to be here.
Nice to have you here. And can you tell the audience about the name of your businesses and what you do?
Of course. So I have 4 brands. One brand is a clothing boutique and it's called anotherness.com. That's ANOTHERNESS. And I know it's a longer name, but anotherness really means uniqueness. And I'm really about being unique, being yourself, having your own way of doing things, and just being happy to express yourself uniquely. When I started this brand, I thought back to school. I thought back to humble beginnings for the way that my mother was brought up. And, she came from an environment where she didn't have everything, but she had a mindset where she made the most of anything that she had. And because she was such a classy and intelligent woman, a lot of times people would look at her and assume that meant that equated to her having money, when in reality, she just had a mindset of whatever it is that I own, I'm going to make it mine. So anotherness is about finding your own uniqueness. I bring products, unique product selections. So I have one collection every year, and I decide on which season I want to launch. So last year I did summer collection. Next year I'm doing a summer collection again because I love the summer. I'm a summer baby. So I'll have different pieces in there, and some of these items you won't see again. Some of them are handcrafted jewelry by me. Some of them will be items that you may see, but you'll never see the same exact collection twice. So that's my first business. And then just an example, like I'm wearing my top from Anotherness. I'm wearing my eyewear from Anotherness as well. But so that's anotherness.com, and that's the concept behind it. And then the next business that I have is called Tech Aesthetics, and the website is byta.org. And I created this website because this brand, because I love technology. I love having cute little pieces of tech and stuff in my closet, in my notebook, in my bag, but I don't like things to be too bulky or purposeless. Like, it has to have a purpose and it needs to look aesthetically pleasing. I am tiny bit OCD and a bit of a perfectionist, and I work on it. But there are things visually, like, you just have your own visual vibe, like, what you like. So if you like bulky electronics, you can find some bulky electronics that look stylish, that look purposeful, and you can still use them. So it's like decor meets function. And that's what Tech Aesthetics is about. So I actually have sold out of most of my website. I only have about 6 or 7 items left, maybe. And I have a $6.99 sale. So if you want to check out byta.org, it's by, just like BUY, T as in Tom, A as in Apple, .org. All light up chargers are $6.99, one time only this year, and same for the chargers. And then I know I have quite a few businesses, but I'm saving my two favorites for last. So the next business is called mbc.click, my beauty coach, mbc.click. And click is spelled just like, clicking of a mouse. And I call it my self-investment boutique because this was also inspired by the way that I watched my mother grow up. And she's such a giving and inspirational woman. She helped so many people. She was the backbone and the support system for a lot of people in her family, out of her family, intermediate, you name it. And I really looked at her growing up as an amazing role model of a strong, Black, intelligent woman. But at the same time, I saw where the importance of taking care of herself, she didn't get an opportunity to do that every time. So you're helping so many different people and you're supporting everyone, but then investing back into yourself, you don't get that same love because you are it for everyone. And so although everything that I've learned business-wise, I've gotten it from my mother, and I had an opportunity to become a store manager, district trainer for other popular retail brands. My mother taught me a lot, like starting at the age of about 11, I started selling. And one thing that she taught me is that through watching her is that you have to take care of yourself. So this boutique is dedicated to both ends. I have a skincare section that's dedicated to, like, if you need some skincare, right now I got $4.99 soaps on sale for the end of the year. If you need some beard oil, if you want to buy something for your partner, self-care is also not just for women. And that's a big statement that people don't say enough. I think because we normalize the idea of, like, it has to be feminine if you're taking care of yourself. But self-care is for everyone who wants to invest in themselves. So I have the skincare and, relaxation side of it. And then I have more of the business side of it, because I believe self-investment it's everything. It's emotional, it's mental, it's financial, it's whatever you decide to invest into yourself. So I want to help you invest into yourself on your outer, and I want to help you invest in yourself on your business and your goals and things. Because what more is a better way to say you love someone than to invest in them in their goals? At least that's me. That's like I would say my love language. So you love me, you invest, you care about my dreams and my goals. So this self-investment boutique provides business classes. I provide business coaching and consulting. One of my newest opportunities available for any new business owners or aspiring business owners is my small business planning template and session. So this is a 4-hour session where I sit down with you, and it costs $299. We have 4 hours. The first hour is dedicated to explaining a small business template that was created by me. And then after I explain the template, we take a quick little break, we come back and we finish the template, and you will have a plan for your small business within those 4 hours. So it's 4 hours and then you get a 1-hour break. So technically 5 hours of your day to plan your small business. We go through funding, we go through any licenses that you may need to pursue. Like, we do it all because it's important to have a plan. That's something that really helped me with budgeting. So those are just some of the few, but I do provide social media management, coaching, all of that. And then let's see, the last business that I'm going to talk about is, and the business that I mentioned before, NBC.click, my role is business elevation specialist. So I specialize in elevating people's brands, social media management, business coaching, classes, whatever it is you're wanting to discuss. And if you need rebranding as well, I do logos, I do websites, I do a bundle where I provide everything for you: business cards, logos, websites, social media management, flyers, promotion, you name it. So that's my NBC.click. And funny enough, I started with another boutique, the clothing boutique. And at NBC.click was just a little plaything. Like, I used to do a little blog on my clothing boutique, and that's what I called my beauty coach. And all of a sudden, it's become like one of my most profitable and successful businesses out of the 4. And now I have a new business that's my new baby, but it's starting to take over NBC.click, and it's called Boss Babe Blog. And the website is bossbabeblog.com. And this business, I think, really, it just embodies everything that I am. Like, I love business. I love elevation. I love supporting small businesses, and I love putting your money where your mouth is. And I love the importance of uplifting unique communities. So making people feel like, okay, I'm different than what the average CEO might be, but I could do that. I could start my own business, and there would be people out there who would want to purchase from me. So bossbabeblog.com is an online small business directory dedicated to businesses in the US. They have either a website or a Facebook shop, but predominantly they have a website attached to them. And basically, I have shoppers who can come and shop, and they can purchase a little membership. So like, the membership right now is on sale for $1, and you get a coupon booklet for the entire year of 2023. And it has 10 different coupons in it that you can use at different small businesses in our directory. And if you want to become a promotional member, then you would purchase a promotional membership. So you could become a member of our directory currently at the price of $30, have your business featured on the directory for 1 year, have a newsletter dedicated to your brand sent out to all of our email subscribers. And then if you wanted to upgrade, you continue to upgrade, because we have a newsletter, we have the directory, we have a blog, we have a podcast. So you want to be featured, you want a podcast dedicated only to your brand, all those different things. If you want to sell specific products, I assist you with all of that. So basically, this business is so important to me because you may not, you don't know me personally, but like, if you were to ask anyone about me, there's one thing I'm about. It's about group economics and supporting the support system. So like, when people reach out to support you when they do things to try to help you, giving that energy back ×2, because what we see a lot in this world is people will go out of their way to support you and invest in you. But when it comes to be your time to invest in someone, you go and invest with someone that you don't even know, who hasn't even put that energy and time into you. For example, I could name I'm not going to, but I could name on my hand many times when someone has come to me and been like, oh my God, did you see that new Kylie Jenner lipstick collection come out? And I think in the back of my head, how many friends do you have that sell lipstick? And there's nothing wrong with being a consumer and deciding that you want to shop with different brands. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, there's just something that just doesn't sit right in my soul, going and investing in a stranger before I invest in my group of people who are trying to succeed. So if I have a family member who's selling t-shirts, you will not see me at a t-shirt shop purchasing t-shirts. If I have a friend who's selling makeup, you will not see me at Walmart buying makeup. It has to be like a dire emergency where I just don't have the time to get what I need for me to get it. Like even sometimes my family jokes around, like my mom, she's like, just buy it, like just treat yourself. But it just almost feels like I'm cheating to go and spend money on a business when I know that there's someone in my network who has supported me, who has invested in me, who has uplifted me, that I could go and spend that money with. So I try to be very intentional with my purchases and with my income so that I can generate more income to the small business community and circulate our dollars within our small business community. There's nothing wrong with big businesses. And if I was to get a partnership with a big business, I would still support and rep them proudly. But the reality is that nothing is done. Everything for me has to be intentional. So if I'm promoting you or your business, it's intentional. We either have a partnership, we signed up, we talked about promoting each other, we're friends and you support my business mutually, or we just so happen to be supporting each other and we may not even know each other. But there has to be something behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. I can't just do it. And people make you feel bad and say things like, oh, well, why can't you give to give? But that's not what it's about. It goes back to that feeling of like seeing someone who is a supporter, who is a light to their community, taking so much from themselves to give to everyone. And then when it comes time to replenish yourself, there's nothing there. There's no one to replenish it. You have to build it back up yourself and then be ready to give again at another level. And that's unhealthy and that's unfair. So when you rock clothing, or at least for me, when I rock clothing, I have to have a reason behind it. Yes, there's going to be a partnership. If I'm rocking designer clothes, someone's paying me because I'm worth it. And if you're not paying me, then I don't know what we're talking about. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know you weren't ready for all that today, but I'm here to say it because people make you feel so bad about saying it. People make you feel bad about having your worth and your value, about wanting to charge for things that you do well at. Like I've had people say things like, oh, well, hey, why don't you sit down with me and just go ahead and give me the little ins and outs and walk me through X, Y, and Z. So you want me to sit down and you want me to do this for you for free, but you're about to go to college and you're going to have somebody pay you big bucks to do this when you could have gone online and looked it up yourself. So my time isn't as valuable. It's important, you're going to pay people who are strangers that you don't know, but people who you do know, who are already investing into your life and care about you, you don't pay them. That's not right. And that's just my whole mentality of how I do everything. Like I give 100%. I come in 100%. I reciprocate 100%. And I respect 100%. And I demand it back. I need it back. And if I can't get it back from that source, I don't force it. I just go find the next source to partner with, to be a part of. But that's just my mentality. And so Boss Babe Blog represents investing in yourself, promoting yourself, understanding that you are valuable, you're worth it. You shouldn't have to do anything for free. There's people out there who will support you. And don't get me wrong, giving away free things, because I do all the time. I do free resources, free support, exposure, but you have to have a limit. You have to have a cap where you say, okay, I've given all that I can at this point. Now, where are you going to meet me? You know what I mean? This is where you can meet me, but I can't go any further past this line because I've already given enough of myself to say that I could walk away from this feeling like I did what I could in this situation. So that's where Boss Babe Blog comes into play. It's about small businesses. It's about empowering all business owners. And yes, you can be a male-owned business and be on Boss Babe Blog. I had to put that out there because someone asked me, they're like, is this just for women? And no, It's for small business owners. It's just called Boss Babe Blog because I am a boss babe. So I wanted to, give a little tribute to that, to me, to my mother, to the women who helped me become the business owner that I am. So there you have it.
There was a lot to digest. But when you said boss baby, I thought about some a comedian on YouTube, because that's what she do.
Okay. I
Yeah.
have to check her out. I had no clue. I know Boss Babe is a really popular name. And when I was creating it, that was one of the pushback that I got was like, wait, do you want to get into that Boss Babe thing? Because everybody's saying it and everybody has their own meaning about what it is. But I just had to really think like, what is it going to be for me? So Boss Babe Blog, for me, I feel like that says it. Like it's just about a boss babe out here promoting business owners through my blog, through my podcast, through whatever means necessary to get their name out there. So, yeah.
Have your friends and family supported you through your journey?
I would definitely say that. I mean, if I sat here and looked at you and said, everybody supports me, I'd be lying. I'm going to be transparent with you, but I will say this. Everyone who has invested in me, I have invested in them on that level as well. So I haven't focused, even though it's very hard as a business owner to want to sit back and be like, okay, I see you didn't like my post, but I liked your post when you first started your business. It's really easy to put yourself in that mindset. I've stopped doing that now, and I've started accepting the energy and what people are willing to invest into me without me asking. You know what I mean? So a lot of people have supported me. A lot of friends and a lot of family have supported me. And then I've had people who have not been as supportive that I would have expected because they were the closest. You know what I mean? But I never say never, because the same people who act as if they didn't want to, or, they kind of throw stones or whatever it is they're doing, will be the same people coming back to congratulate me later on when I've achieved something amazing. So I never say never, because that could change. They might turn around and see something and then be like, I'm coming shop, because it has happened to me before. I've had people who didn't invest in me and now they invest in me. So I can't say never, because I see that it does change, but I will say that I focus on the people who are here in the now. So my true friends and family are the people who invest in me and see my value and remind me, even though I don't need reminding, but I would like to be around people who encourage that and support that. They support my worth. So that's my true friends and family. And they don't have to always support by spending money, but they know that if they send someone to my website, it's not because that person's thinking they're about to get free service. It's because that person knows my quality and my worth. So yeah.
When you first started your business, what was the toughest things you had to endure?
It's a really good question. I think the toughest thing that I had to endure was that final question that it comes down to when you start a business that nobody wants to ask themselves until it's too late. And what I mean by that is, like, when you start a business, you have to have a mindset of, I'm going to win. This is going to happen. I'm going to grow. And a lot of times people will jump in and their mindset's shaky. You know what I mean? And you can build it, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people will work, they will invest all this money, and then down the line, 1 year later, some businesses don't even stay open for 2 years. Some businesses quit within less than a year. So maybe 7 months into it, they then decide, yeah, it's not for me, or I can't do it, because they didn't ask themselves that initial question, which is, are you going to win or not? And if you are not sure about if you're going to win, it's time to do some reevaluating. The first thing is, why do you feel that way? And can it be changed? What are you going to do to change? Because it can always be changed, but what are you going to do to change that mindset? And if you can't answer that back with clarity, or go do the research and come back, then it's not for you, because you got to have the mindset. So I think that was the hardest thing for me, but I decided to do it early because I don't like to waste my time. So if I'm going to be doing this, it needs to be done for a purpose, and I need to be planning to get somewhere with it. I like to enjoy the moment and be in the present, but I'm also very like, let's get it going. So when I started to have those little doubts in my head in the beginning, like, ooh, I don't know, like, are they going to support me? And I'll be nervous, or like, I'll ask people, to support me, or, hey, do you think I could maybe set up a party at your party? Or I could maybe, do a little shop at your shop, and I'll pay you commission, or I'll pay you a bit off of it. And people kind of act like, I don't know, I want to do that type of thing, but they would do it quickly for Avon, or which Avon still allows you to have your own businesses, and so does Mary Kay. But my point behind it is that you do it quickly for a popular brand that has done nothing for you. You don't know anything about them, but someone who you do know, who supported you, who's, taking you here, who's helped you with your business, or encouraged you, or watched your kids, or whatever it may be. You're kind of hasty, like, I don't know if I want to support you. So that was a really tough thing for me in the beginning. It was like, man, why is it so hard to get support from people? Is it about my business? Is it about what I'm doing? But then the more that I became confident in what I did, the more I realized, no. People are going to appreciate what I have to offer. So that was the hardest thing. And now I'm so glad I didn't stop and I asked myself that question early, because I have over 12 different Facebook groups, but within these groups, about 5 to 6 of them are dedicated to selling communities. And I've gotten to meet so many amazing business owners that tell me stories about, what keeps them going and what motivates them, and things that I've said or done that has pushed them. And if I had have stopped, I wouldn't have been able to get there. But it's definitely the hardest part for me was that question, like, is this even going to work out? Most people don't want to ask themselves that, but you have to ask yourself that to come to the conclusion that you're going to make it happen and you're going to win, or you're not sure and you're not ready. One of the two.
In the next 5 years, what do you expect your business to look like? What do you expect your business to look like?
Within a certain amount of time?
The next 5 years.
The next 5 years. In the next 5 years, I plan to see more physical events. So I started off with these Facebook groups and partners on and off of social media. And now I'm slowly getting into physical events. So I did my first physical event. It was a Build a Bun workshop where I had some ladies come out and do some leg workouts and stuff. So we do that once a month to promote fitness. And in the next 5 years, I see myself doing more physical events like fashion shows. Right now, I do have some events scheduled for 2023 where I'll be doing like similar to what we're doing right now. Like I would be on a live video comparing, like one of them is a decorating event where I'm going to show you what my office looked like before my technology was placed in it and then after for my website. And then other events I have are like scavenger hunts, promotional events. I have a grant coming up where I'm doing like, you can come and interview if you're a business owner on my podcast. So expect to see more physical events in person, and expect to see more grants and more funding and more business resources coming to you from bossbabeblog.com. And also expect, I have a business show. So it's originally streaming on YouTube, but it has also been streamed on Comcast Cable. It was also streamed on another network as well. At the moment, it's now on YouTube streaming, and I may potentially have that placed back on Comcast Cable or a different TV provider. But I expect to see that I will be promoting more businesses through that show because it was a very popular show. So I'll be doing that.
What are 3 things you want to improve in your business in the next few years?
3 things. For sure, delegation. Delegation is always a big thing. You can't do everything. So I just hired on my first assistant, and next year I will also be hiring on my next assistant. And I would like to eventually get to the point where I have 4 small teams for each business so that they can compete against each other. So, delegation is my first thing. My next thing is going to be duplication. So getting people to, by being who I am and being passionate about my clients and being one-on-one and taking care of them, I'll be able to duplicate that onto the people that I train and bring on my team. So that even though you may not be talking to Ketohn, it's going to feel like you're talking to Ketohn because the message, the intent, and the purpose is what Ketohn would want it to be for the brand. So that's going to be the second thing that I would be discussing and working on. And then the third thing would just be continuing my education as a business elevation specialist and a business promotion specialist, and continuing my growth, because you can never become complacent with where you are. So I'll always be educating myself, learning new coding, learning new ways to design websites, more effective ways to gain traffic, and just continuing to learn different styles of coaching, because everyone is receptive to something different. And I do believe that there's a right coach out there for everyone. Sometimes somebody's just not your style. But one of the things that has really helped me on my journey of training and development in my business, and when I worked for other brands, because I developed numerous people and gotten numerous people raises, it was being able to assess what someone's needs are and adjust to that. So almost like, I don't want to say like a machine, but there's an algorithm to each person. Like, this person may need a little bit more listening from me, or this person may need be a kinetic learner. So they need to see it, hear it, and do it themselves. The next person may need me to back off a little bit because they prefer to show me that they can do it on their own. Each person is different. So I challenge myself to learn more and more personalities and styles, and continue to grow in my style of coaching so I can take on more clients and understand how they learn.
And if somebody wanted to apply for your services or contact you, how would they contact you?
If they wanted to apply for my services, they can. The easiest way would be to go to Ketohn.com, because it has all of my businesses on Ketohn.com, and my name is spelled Ketohn.com. Or you can just go to NBC.click and go to the contact us, because all of my websites have a contact us section. So you could just go straight to my website, put in a form, and let me know. And if you want to actually speak to me, like on a phone call, you can call 800-535-9040 and leave a message if you don't receive a response, but leave your phone number or your email and let me know what you're calling about, and we can get a follow-up for you via email or phone.
That's good. What advice would you give someone looking to start their own business?
I would probably say, have a plan. It doesn't have to be the fanciest plan on earth, but you need to have a plan. You need to have a budget, and you need to have determination. Without those three things, don't start that business. Just keep researching about the business until you have all three. But if you don't have, you can start a business without a plan, because we've all done it at one point. I had a plan and a mindset, but I didn't have a detailed enough plan like I do today for my businesses. So it's okay if you started it already, you didn't have a plan. Just recreate that plan for the next year, or redefine your goals, realign with what you're trying to achieve. But you need to have some sort of plan or idea of where you're going, and you're not just floating in the wind, because your customers are dependent upon what your vision is. So if they're asking you questions similar like what you're asking me right now, and I can't really tell you like what I'm about or what I do, and I'm like, well, I'm just going with the flow, there's somebody else who's going to be able to tell them exactly what they're doing. And that's what sells a customer. It's you knowing yourself and what you're trying to achieve. So having that plan and then that determination. You can't have a negative mindset. You can't be a Debbie Downer. I have a podcast dedicated to this. Is a quote that I created, and I said, if you are the captain of your own ship and you're also the bad apple, how do you expect to succeed? How far do you expect to sail? So you're the one who's in charge, and everyone's looking at you when you bring them on, or when they're looking at what you have to offer. And you got this mindset of like, my little business, and it might not, and I'm struggling, and it's hard out here, and these streets, and all that other stuff that you hear people saying on and off social media. How far are you expecting to go? And who are you expecting to shop with you? Who's buying from you? People that are feeling sorry for you. And how long are they going to do that? Not forever. So if you're wanting forever clients and people who see the value, you got to change that mindset. I don't like to refer to it as a temper tantrum, but it's similar. Like, when a child doesn't get what they want, And then they start stomping their feet and they act like they don't care. And they start talking down on themselves and they have this negative self-talk. And maybe that's where it originates from, because some people have grown these behaviors. But just because you're not getting what you want in the moment from your business gives you no right to start talking down on yourself. You have to stay positive, and you have to remember that someone's watching you. Your customers, your potential customers are watching you. And I've had so many business owners where I was getting ready to buy, and then I see a huge long post about how hard it is and how they may or may not do it. And I'm like, dang, because I really needed this lipstick. And I don't know if you're going to be able to deliver that, because you sound like you're not even sure if you could deliver it. So I'm about to go head on over to my other small business friend who is determined, and she's about to get you these products and take care of you. And she's not going to have any excuses or reasons for why that stuff don't come to you. And it's unfortunate because I want to support everybody, but I'm by no means rich. My money, even if I was rich, my money is valuable to me. My time is valuable. So if I'm going to spend money on you, why am I spending money on you if you're telling me that I shouldn't spend money on you? So that's the most important piece. You walk it like you talk it. So if you're saying that you're not going to get anywhere, your business is terrible and everything sucks and nobody supports you and you're all by yourself, and then that's exactly where you're going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. And if you're saying I'm working on it, I'm growing, I'm gaining new people, people are supporting me, I'm getting where I need to be, I'm focusing on what's coming to me, I'm reciprocating, then you're going to be there in the next 5 years. How you talk about yourself now is where you'll be in the future.
Amen to that. Thank you for allowing me to interview you, though. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to speak. And that was one of my goals for the year of 2023 is I do so much interviewing. I would like to now put myself out there in more interviews. So I'm really glad that we were able to cross paths, and I would love to reciprocate that as well. So maybe we could talk about that another day too.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, but no judgment.